What's up guys, Firewolf here, showing you guys the KTC H27T13 QHD monitor. This is a monitor priced under $140 and features a 27-inch IPS panel with a 1440p resolution. It also comes with a 100Hz refresh rate with FreeSync and G-Sync support for a surprisingly good gaming performance for the money. Huge thanks to KTC for sending this monitor to review and sponsoring this video so I can showcase to you guys. Diving deeper into the specs, this monitor has a resolution of 2560 by 1440, which puts the pixel density to about 109 pixels per inch, which is great for sharper details and small text. This IPS panel also provides great viewing angles, has good color gamut coverage at 123% sRGB, and is rated at a 300 nit typical brightness. The screen also has a matte coating to help deflect harsh light sources, making it easier to use in brighter settings, and even has anti-blue light filters for better eye comfort at night. For inputs, the H27T13 has one display port, two HDMI ports, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Now I would have liked to see USB-C display port or maybe a USB hub, but given the price of this monitor, I think the ports are plenty to connect to your PC or gaming consoles. Now before we get into the fun stuff, let's unbox this KTC 27-inch QHD monitor. Comes in this really nice brown box. Let's go ahead and open this up. Alright, let's go ahead and see what's inside the box. Now the first thing we're going to see here is going to be the base. It's going to be in this really nice black color. Now I really like the design of this. Makes it very simple and space saving. And here is the arm portion of the monitor stand. Further inside, we're going to get an HDMI cable. Now, this is the only input cable they're going to give us. I kind of wish they gave us a DisplayPort cable instead, but at least we do get an HDMI cable. Next, we get a display user guide, a product warranty card. And good thing about KTC is they give you 3 years of warranty, which is great. And finally, we get the power adapter. All right, let's go ahead and see the main event here. This is what we all came to see. Alright guys, here we have the back of the monitor in a really nice and sleek black color. I'm liking the thinness of this panel. We have a nice heatsink right in the middle. And it looks like we also get VESA mount holes here. It looks like it's going to be 100 by 100 in case you want to mount it on a monitor arm. Alright, so go ahead and install the stand, which is going to go right on the bottom. Now the cool thing about this stand here is that it's actually very easy to install. All you have to do is place that arm portion on top of the base. And then it kind of snaps into place. Just like that. If you want to remove it, you just pinch this together and it basically comes off. And then this portion will slide in right over here. You push it down, you slide it all the way up, and then you should hear a nice little click. And now we're ready for liftoff. Taking a closer look at the design of the H27T13, we get a subtle and simple black color scheme, which is mostly plastic, but the black does a nice job of making it look a little more premium. I like the slim bezels and definitely love the base of this monitor, which helps save space and looks a lot cleaner. I do wish that KTC would have added some type of cable management to help clean up the wires on the back. The KTC Firefly logo also looks very clean, and I appreciate that over letters. While the stand offers a space-saving design, it unfortunately only supports tilt. If you want more adjustments like height, you'll have to use a monitor arm, but thankfully it does have VESA mount support for 100 by 100 in case you need it. Now let's test out the KTC H27T13 using my gaming PC equipped with an RTX 4080 Super and a Ryzen 9 7900X. To maximize gaming performance on this monitor, make sure you enable FreeSync/G-Sync in the monitor settings, which will allow you to enable G-Sync or FreeSync for NVIDIA and AMD GPUs. And of course, make sure you crank up the refresh rate all the way up to the highest, which is 100 Hz, to enjoy a smoother gaming experience. Now, this being a monitor aimed more towards productivity and casual gaming, I think 100 Hz is great for those that have a lower tier GPU that can still handle 1440p gaming at around 100 frames per second. Loading up Black Myth Wukong with very high fidelity settings, DLSS set to quality, and ray tracing, I'm able to enjoy smooth, action-packed gaming with frames bouncing from 90 to 110 FPS on my 4080 Super, which still allows me to maximize this monitor's full potential. Single player games look great on this monitor with many color presets and tweaks you can change in the menu settings. This monitor might not be the best option for fast-paced gaming like first-person shooters, since a higher refresh rate would be better, but 100Hz isn't that bad, and I like the fact that G-Sync makes the experience so much better. Now testing the PS5 on this monitor, you'll be able to enable 1440p output, which will look nice and sharp, but unfortunately there is no support for variable refresh rate, and since this monitor only has a max of 100 Hz, this also means your PS5 would be limited to only 60 Hz on either SDR or HDR. Now it's important to note that there are no built-in speakers, so you'll need to rely on external speakers to get audio output using the 3.5mm headphone jack on the monitor, or use headphones. It's still nice to be able to game on your console with this monitor and still have another HDMI port in case you need it. Taking a closer look at this display, this IPS panel has good color accuracy and great viewing angles. The matte coating is also not as aggressive and doesn't look fuzzy, which is usually better over a VA panel. Contrast ratio on this display is 1300:1, which is decent but falls short compared to VA panels with its deeper black levels and much higher contrast levels, but you do get better colors, which is a nice trade-off. I measured a peak brightness of 312 nits on a 2% window and a peak of 306 nits on a 100% window. Now peak brightness are reached more towards the center, with average brightness hovering around 280 nits the more you get closer to the edges of the screen. I think the brightness is good and you're definitely getting the rated 300 nit brightness. Colors also look good with a 123% sRGB color gamut coverage. There's also lots of tweaks in the menu settings, including an sRGB color mode for more color accuracy. Text clarity is nice and sharp, which is great for office apps like Word or Excel, and I think 27 inches is a great size for having two apps open side by side. Web browsing is also nice thanks to the QHD resolution, and compared to a larger 32-inch display, you do get a higher PPI with this 27-inch screen, so I think 1440p looks better on a 27-inch over a 32-inch. Now, while I prefer a 4K or higher resolution for creating content and editing, the KTC H27T13 still does a good job giving you awesome colors and enough space to get work done on a budget. So is the KTC H27T13 worth getting for your setup? I mean, for under $140, you're getting amazing value for a 1440p monitor with FreeSync and G-Sync support. This is a good option if you have a lower tier GPU that can handle up to 100 FPS gaming and you're still looking for a cost-effective option for your setup. Now, if you're looking for a smaller or larger display, then there's actually a 24-inch and a 32-inch version of this monitor with very close specs and similar pricing. For gamers and content creators with higher spec PCs, I would recommend checking out KTC's other ranges of monitors with higher resolutions and or refresh rates. I think this monitor is a great budget-friendly option for those looking for a good productivity monitor. Maybe you would need it for casual gaming, or maybe you just need another monitor to complement an existing one without breaking the bank. For those reasons, I recommend checking out the KTC H27T13, which I will have an affiliate link down below that also helps and supports the Firewolf Tech channel. Even though KTC sent this out for me to review, all the opinions and content are my very own honest review. I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and I would love your support with a like, share, and subscribe. Firewolf out.